Good evening, everybody. We are back here on the Oakland Esports channel for another stream here on our fall 2024 competition. It's Coach Ori and Coach Roz, and we're here to present some League of Legends action once again.
Yep, exactly. We're going to head into the Rift for another week here in Collegiate. We're going to see the Oakland University Golden Grizzlies go up against George Mason University. Current record standings, we have Oakland at 3-0 in the season. They're currently undefeated in the conference after beating Conestoga last week, which was a big win for them. George Mason currently sitting at 2-1 in the conference, and I've been told by insider information, i.e. the people on our team, that this is going to be a real banger to watch. It'll be a real close one.
George Mason, for those of you who understand like what Collegiate League of Legends is like, George Mason is actually one of the nice, like, stronger teams from like the northern region of like CLOL. So this should be a good match. Both of these teams did have really strong performances in the CLOL season last year, so it should be pretty good to see like who gets to come out on top tonight. And after last week's game of a really strong 2-0 closeout over Conestoga, I think the league team is really feeling themselves to just keep pushing themselves as far as they can and keep this undefeated record intact.
Yeah, and I think we're getting into the draft here, so there won't be much more talking out of us. This is also my first time on a League of Legends cast, so please bear with me. I'm still learning the ropes.
Yeah.
Those are their bans, right? Those are the ones they've banned so far?
Yeah, so right now on the GMU side, they've got an Udyr ban, a Kaisa ban, and a Mumu ban, so that's targeting both Wazek, FGH, or Bully U, and Bensap. And then on the Oakland side, we've got a Sejuani ban, a Yone ban, and a Camille ban, so we are really keeping it up on that top side.
It's a shame we don't play Yone. That's my guy.
Yeah. I've never really seen Wazek play the Yone too much. He really plays a lot of kind of like self-sustaining top laners for the most part. We saw him really dominating on Vladimir last week, so a champion that when they're in their own top lane and playing their own game, they really can just do what's best for themselves.
Is this going to be a Ziggs mid for Oakland, or are we going to flex this bot lane?
That would be interesting to see. I would not put it past Bully U to have a pocket Ziggs, potentially. Normally we see Bully U, he really sticks to like the Jins, your more traditional AD carries.
I see.
And I know that Hensap, our mid laner, does play a little bit of Ziggs, and that Ziggs might be a solid answer to just stay out of range from the Orianna that we're seeing here on the GMU side.
Could be a very self-sustaining mid lane, both players just farming up. We see the Jin pick out of the GMU side.
Yeah, and this is kind of like that common factor that I've seen about draft phase in this current state is that you really see people. You might choose. It's usually like a jungler plus the bot lane. Usually is kind of like what you kind of see, or you usually get like one solo laner and then like your bot lane in your first round of draft, just because you're trying to really lock in and try and get as little counter pick as possible. Because most of the time you really can't counter pick bot lane, right?
Yeah. Because bot lane you have your support and your ADC that you have to account for, as well as junglers coming down. So it's kind of hard to counterpick ADCs.
Yeah. I think the Jin and the Bel'Veth, so we're seeing Bel'Veth jungle unless there's some crazy meta tech. Bel'Veth leaving the jungle.
Surely they're not, no.
So we've got mid lane, at least AD carry, and the jungle locked in for GMU.
Ooh, Jinx. I've heard that's another one of Bully U's favorite is Jinx.
Bully U's Jinx is quite the menace. Definitely last week, especially in Game 2, Bully U just took over with the Jinx. Absolute dominant performance there. And now we see round 2, phase 2 of drafts. We are still targeting that top lane. We are whittling down GMU's top lane pool, getting rid of Yone.
Camille,
even though Yone
Fiora,
Yone can flex in the mid lane, but this is most likely you're seeing Yone go top. So that's 3 target bans going in from the Oakland side onto GMU.
Yeah,
they really just want to make this top lane. They have to go deep into the pockets and play something that they might not be too comfortable with at high-level competition.
And I see set ban from GMU. I'm assuming that's because Eric likes to play a lot of set.
I believe so. You got. I know Udyr is one of the big popular picks for Wazek. Same with the set. But right now, this is currently looking like they are not Pantheon, and that was another pick for Wazek last week. But they have left the Vladimir open, and Vladimir was one of the best picks. And now what you're seeing here is the Rakan for Shaggy. This is the fact that this went through. This really goes to show that GMU is really much more focused on that top lane side. They want it just like how Oakland is targeting the top lane. We're seeing GMU focus down our top lane as well, with 3 target bans going towards Wazek.
I mean, I've personally played with Shaggy's Rakan, and it's something crazy. I mean,
that Rakan's what got him into Challenger last fall.
No, he's crazy with it on the Rakan, and
yeah.
You see Nautilus pick out of GMU. Nautilus, very all-around good support. I play a lot of Nautilus, so
I think the Nautilus pick is also a pretty good one into Rakan, since Rakan is usually kind of going all in, or he's at least like approaching right with a lot of it. Some of his abilities just kind of has him going right up into the face of his opposing bot lane. So
Akali top.
The Akali top is crazy.
That's interesting.
That's the deep pick. That's the deep pocket pick.
I suppose so. I wonder what they're trying to counter here with the Akali pick.
Yeah, and the Dr. Mundo going for a beefy frontline Rumble potentially, looking a little bit like some.
Yeah, I wouldn't like the Rumble, or not the Rumble pick, the Dr. Mundo pick into Akali matchup, because I think generally Akali she wins the early game pretty hard there against Mundo, at least that's what I'd think.
Wukong top. Okay, so gonna go for some sustaining, or there's not really a whole lot of sustaining, so this is gonna be a very bruiser front to back comp here from Oakland, where it is get through that front line and get access to the back line. The only tank that's on the GMU side is that Nautilus, so as long as they can get around the Nautilus, it should be fine to have access to that Jhin, to that Orianna, where all the damage output is going to really be coming from on this GMU side.
And I specifically like the Wukong into the Akali just because his dash ability is able to negate, the E and the Qs from Akali just initially outright, because Akali likes to burst you down pretty quick and get some chip damage in.
Yeah.
So, that decoy from Wukong is going to be able to allow him to stay in lane for a lot longer, which I think will be a nice break. And then also, I mean, the front line from GMU doesn't look too strong outside of the Nautilus.
Yeah. Belveth can get a little tanky, but that's going to require Belveth to get a lot of kill stacks going, right?
Yeah, she's going to need to snowball pretty hard if she wants to get tanky like that.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we have Rakan, Vi on our side. Wukong builds, bruiser sort of health damage items. So we have a lot of sustain in team fights, which is going to be good for us.
Yeah, I think I like the kind of just the raw bruiser force that our team comp has. The Vi pick is going to be able to just Q right through that front line, just bypass the Nautilus, or not really bypass the Nautilus, but hit the Nautilus, get him kind of just disengage for a bit, and then you have the Vi ultimate, right, just to get right into that backline access.
Yeah.
And Wukong's got Beyblade spin to win with Wukong, so we definitely have a lot of stuff going into it. We have good CC on our end, and that's really, I think, one of the most important things, right?
Yeah.
You got
of course.
Pretty much every character on our team has some form of CC. Whereas CC on the GMU side really just comes from that Nautilus and the Orianna.
Yep.
Orianna is that she's got to burn an ult to get that crowd control.
Exactly. Yeah. Hopefully we get to see the Yone pick in the next.
Yeah, you really want to see that Yone, right? Yone top, pretty nice.
Yone
nice.
top, Yone mid, just Yone anywhere. I'll be able to give a bit more colored commentary on that.
Right.
Also I can give some pretty good commentary on Akali. I have played her quite a bit as well. Nautilus. See anyone else? I can give commentary on Rakan. I mean, all the other champs, pretty simple ideas. Nobody that's too complicated to understand. So yeah, excited to get into this one. What's the sort of downtime we look at between draft and then actual gameplay?
Right now, we are seeing both teams go through the actual lobby. They're doing their draft pick. They just did their bans, and now they're going into picking. And then we'll have a 3-minute wait while spectator client you build up for that spectator downtime. So between now and game time, you probably got about 4 to 5 minutes. So yeah, I guess you know what? We talked about draft enough right now, so I guess we'll cut it to a quick break, and when we get back, guys, we'll be here live on the Rift. So stay tuned.
power through the tournament with the high-quality protein milk provides to stay energized and focused throughout the game.
Oakland University Credit Union is here to help you power up your financial game. Whether you're aiming to upgrade your gear or conquer your savings goals, OUCU has the tools you need. With awesome savings accounts, cashback reward credit cards, and an easy-to-use app, we're here to help you win both on and off the screen. Not a member? Not a problem. Visit us on campus or online at oucreditunion.org. Oakland University Credit Union, because leveling up shouldn't stop your gaming. Proud sponsor of Oakland University Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.
Cool. All right, guys, and we are back. Thank you for sticking around here. And the team has loaded up onto the Rift, and we are going to be getting right into the action. So on the blue side, it is the GMU Patriots sitting there, and then we got red team. And from the looks of it, we might have a level 1 kerfuffle.
Yep, it looks like both teams are preparing for the topside invade. We see GMU entering through top tri-bush.
Yep. Sneaking around, going up all the way to Krug's right now. They're taking the long way around. Wow. Okay. Yep. And they're coming in top side of red buff. And
see them get split up a bit. That Belveth and that Akali
here
looking
we
from the
go. That is first
here.
blood for Oakland. My gosh, the Ziggs getting it. So that's going to be huge for Ziggs right away.
And you can see that OU really did their homework on this one as they start to commit more resources. You might see Wukong get into trouble here. Yeah. Belveth takes down the Jinx. Ooh. Flash used by Belveth. Initiate by Shaggy, not really there. And it looks like GMU's actually going to take a few more kills from this.
Yeah, honestly, you know, all said and done, GMU, they even it up 2 for 2 there in that big crazy start.
And unfortunately, OU gets the lesser of that trade. We see one of the kills going over to Shaggy, another one going over to the Ziggs. Meanwhile, on the GMU side, you have Oriana and Belveth with both of the kills. So OU might have to start this game with a bit of a disadvantage. We see the Belveth and the Vi getting into some scuffles over on the red buff.
Yeah, oh, and that's it. Hydroshi just slays Benzap into that in that quick 1v1 up there. And it was Zek up in top lane, still trying to bruise and brawl with the Akali.
Yeah,
and
we might
probably
have
gonna have
this,
to back here.
Yeah, this Wukong's gonna have to take a TP back. The wave does look good for him though. We'll see if the Akali can stop it. Yup.
Oh,
he might actually get a kill here.
Nah, gets the
Force
flash, ignite.
Luckily for him, gets the Akali to waste ignite. Although that flash timer is gonna be up for a while.
Yeah, 5 minutes down on the flash. So this is, if you're GMU, right, you're going to be focusing on this top side right now to try and gain some type of leverage here. Especially since we looked at the match from last week, Oakland, when they found a lot of power through that top side with Wizek.
Big damage.
So
Nautilus got some good poke there, but fortunately the trade didn't go quite well. The Jinx was able to dodge a lot of that damage.
Hensap really taking full control here in that in the mid lane right now.
Yep. He's farming very well, getting good poke damage on the Orianna. Orianna's going to be forced to recall here, while Ziggs gets the wave under tower.
Yep.
Likely going to reset into items.
Hensap doing a really good job, just already stacking that tier of the goddess right now. 27 or is that 37 on the tier right now? Already just building towards that Muramana.
It's like a 57 actually, yeah.
57, okay.
Yeah.
Man's is throwing out so many spells right now.
Oh yeah, he was hitting the Orianna very well, and looks like reset. He's getting boots, moat. One of the most poor man resets you'll ever see. Boots and moat coming out of base. Does get 2 red potions, I think, as well, or he might have already had those.
Now, right now, Hensap definitely in total control, but you know, despite the scoreline down in bot lane being pretty even at 0-1-2, Oliu doing a good job of maintaining a CS lead and just keeping himself ahead. But they got to watch out that that Belveth there on the GMU side is trying to make life for Benzap so difficult. Currently doubling the CS. This is just really mitigating that usefulness for early game by putting her so far behind.
Yeah, it looks like all the other lanes have stabilized for the most part outside of jungle. OU's jungle getting very far behind from this early game. And, I mean, it's quite easy to see why Belveth with 2 kills already has pickaxe and the
Recursive bow.
Recursive bow, yeah.
Already building into some. I'm trying to think what you would build into here. Probably Blade of the Rune King. I'm not too sure what the jungle item that she's going into.
Yeah, she's going into Bork. At least if I remember correctly from my own time building as Yone.
Oh, whoa! Zek is
Zek might be in some trouble here. Gets the level bonus on the health. He might be able to trade his way out of this.
Oh.
And the Akali is very close
here.
Oh,
and he gets the kill! My gosh! And you could tell Benzap was up there ready to help just in case if things got sticky there for Zek.
Bot lane trading very well here. Attack Dog very low on health. Gonna try and fight this one out. Jinx also getting very low. Barrier comes out and Jinx ends up going down.
Yeah.
We'll see if Shaggy can clean up.
And that is a kill. The supports, man. These are the supports the carries right now, or what's the deal
he
here?
Unfortunately might go down for his efforts, but I mean, you know, being able to trade the kill back, is still good news. We at least don't lose too much from the bot lane.
Yep, and once again, Hensap's already forcing this Orianna out of lane to go back. So much damage. She had the Orianna had to go back and heal, and now that's just free farm, right? The TP is down from mid lane, so Orianna's got to waltz her way back into mid lane while just Hensap just gets so much free CS. And eventually it's just going to be a nice crash on this tower. And now he gets to go back and get another really big power spike. 52 gold, or 52 creep score right now. You're looking real good in this mid lane.
Yeah. And even bot lane right now with the Jinx, she's up, 14 farm on the Jhin. Both supports having 2 kills. It's looking very good in bot lane as well as top lane with the Wukong kill on the Akali. The only thing that OU has to worry about right now is this jungle. Once they start entering the team fights, once they start having to 5v5, it's going to look very, very difficult for OU to try and get some space on this Belveth. They're going to really have to focus down. Looks like both junglers are going to trade objectives. We'll see the Belveth get the 3 Void Grubs in favor of Vi getting the Dragon. Expect no fights over either objective to take place.
And this is looking like a pretty free dragon for the Oakland squad, right? That Belveth is still trying to make her way down bot lane. And before that dragon, she even gets to her like bottom jungle camp, that dragon is already gone.
Yep.
First dragon to OU, and it's the Chemtech. So honestly, a pretty good dragon to take here for early game, I think, on our team.
Bit of poke damage on the Shaggy there. He's going to go for the re-engage. Unfortunately, the Belveth is
gotta
here.
Watch out.
Might be able to skirt out of danger here.
Oh, good
Getting
flash.
towards the flash. E2 from the Shaggy.
Oh, but that's going to be it for Bully U. Oh, wait. Yep, no, there it is.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. And we
there's
are...
another fight top lane.
Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunate on both ends of the rift for OU. We see a kill from the Akali as well as the kill from the bot lane. Double kill, actually. So...
And that is a 5-0-1 Belveth. This is the Empress of the Void. She is so strong right now.
Yeah, remember when we said the only threat was if Belveth gets fed, then they're going to have a lot of front line?
Yep.
Well, the Belveth has gotten fed.
The Belveth, she's starting to get a little fed here.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, but you know, you think about it, right? The other side of that coin, right, is currently all the power really lies in this Belveth, right, at 5-0. The next closest person with a bunch of kills is the Nautilus, right? So the gold disparity on the GMU side is all funneled into this Belveth. So once this Belveth drops one death, and that is a what, 700 gold kill if they are managed to take down this Belveth. Whoever gets that 700 gold injection on the Oakland side, definitely in for a good power spike.
And the good thing about, see a flash there, the good thing about OU side at least is that both our mid and bot lanes are farming very well.
Mm-hmm.
We see good CS leads on both sides, so the kills are pretty much negligible. We really just have to worry about getting this jungle bounty at some point.
Yep.
And making sure that the Vi can at least farm up a bit before she's able to re-engage for fights.
Yeah, and Bensap doing a really good job starting to bring his, at least his CS count back into being kind of close, right? That Belveth, 62 CS to 54 after, like, a lot of the gold that you're seeing for Belveth has really just come from getting the 5 kills, not really through just power farming that jungle. And Wazek gonna force to use the ult there just defensively to try and get this Orianna off her.
Yeah.
And that is a shockwave going to get the kill. Honestly, that is the Orianna Express right there, is going to be coming from the Nautilus and the Belveth getting that getting it for shockwave.
Yeah, it looks like OU will most likely have to give up second grubs here, which is not a good sign. Going 6 grubs down, you know, in any game is going to spell disaster for your side lane towers.
Yeah.
Because now you don't have Wizek ult, you don't have Wukong ult, and you just lost mid lane pressure. So yeah, these grubs are going to be all but gone. Unless we see Belveth go for a dive here, then the Vi might be able to take something. Looks like we're going to see even trades on both sides. You see the Vi potentially coming up. Like Belveth. And the rest of the blue side just going to escape. More trades on the top side.
Yeah, you can tell Wazek's just trying to keep this Akali at bay. Oh.
They might get a free kill here. See a
Use
nice
it.
play
Oh,
from the
gets
Akali. Ult from the Vi.
Oh.
No dice, though.
Oh,
and
but
Chigonga.
Bensap says, you are out of here. And that is Akali burned, what, TP and... Oh, no, she's got TP right now. But she's burned Ignite, so that means her brawling capabilities against this Wukong are a little bit scuffed here when she gets back up to lane.
And it looks like OU doesn't want to contest the grubs just yet, obviously. Bensap very low as we see mid lane just get absolutely dived on. Bensap tries to ult, get some chip damage in, but he's going to be dead after that support roam from the Nautilus.
Yeah, that was such a good roam by a Wild Psyduck on the side of GMU to go up and just really get this Orianna into the game, right? Now this Orianna is sitting at 3-0-1. Honestly, this Orianna is now probably the second biggest threat on the map.
Yeah. And having your mid laner be 3-0-1 in any situation is going to be a massive threat. I mean, they're going to be able to roam to basically everything. Big trade on the top side of the map once again. Probably getting quite low. But we see the Belveth come in. Zek in a bit of trouble, gets knocked up. Belveth on him. And it's going to be surely another kill for the Belveth, making it 6-0. Looking very dangerous.
It is looking not good. Not looking that good.
3K gold lead this early on. It's looking very bad.
Yeah.
For the OU side. It looks like they want to try and contest this dragon. Belveth has reset and is on the way. We'll see if they'll be able to burst this down a bit.
Zakali staying up, like really staying put here in that top lane, trying to just get as much of this plate gold as she can before plate goes away here. And OU managed to get the second Drake, keeping
Flash
in control.
from the Jhin. Shaggy trying to engage on this and get the kill before Belveth can come in. Barrier out from Jhin.
This is
Initiate
so
from the
rough.
Belveth. Jhin ult coming in. Looks like they're going to get out with just one death on their side.
Yeah. And now we have now we're seeing the Cloud Drake. So we're going to be moving towards a Cloud Soul. And the fact that we have Cloud Drake, this is probably the
ult
best.
from Orianna. Looks like Ziggs might get away from this. And we see another engage from the Belveth. Fighting on all ends of the rift. Belveth most likely going to get the kill on the Ben Sap here. 8-0 Belveth.
Wow.
It's not looking good. I mean, the saving grace for OU right now is that at least, you know, we have 2 dragons.
Yep.
We're going to be able to at least buy us some time, you know, catch up in this gold difference. But
Yeah.
we need, at some point, to collect these bounties that are on Orianna and Belveth. I mean, we can't keep letting them, you know, get these free kills on the map.
That is like over 1,500 gold unanswered there on the GMU side that we need to get access at. Oh, and Wizek.
Another 1 health trade from both sides. I mean,
Honestly, that came down to Wizek having the Triforce fully built, right?
yeah.
Wizek was able to just get those extra little stat boosts that come from the Triforce, and because of the Triforce, you get the Sheen proc, so that next basic attack that's going to happen after using a spell, it's going to do a lot of damage when you whack them, and that's exactly what happened with Wukong.
Most likely also the refillable potion. You might have popped one of those during the fight.
Yep.
I mean, it's just that those small differences like that. We see the Jinx trying to get a small trade here onto the Jhin.
And with the Kraken Slayer, this is going to be a huge...
Oh, flashes for it. Might have canceled an auto attack there. Going to go for the ult.
And Shaggy going in, gets the knockup, and that is going to be a big kill for Bully U. Bringing in just a little bit. That's the first kill for an AD carry to this game.
It's a big kill for him. It's going to get him back into this game. Allows OU to salvage some of these gold differences that they've had for the past along 14 minutes.
And first turret goes to Hensap. I mean, honestly, it's a Ziggs in mid lane, and that Ziggs was ahead for quite a while.
Yeah.
So you definitely are likely going to expect that he's the character that's going to get that's going to get that first tower.
Looks like Belveth will have an uncontested Rift Herald here on the map.
Yeah.
All topside objectives so far secured for the GMU side.
Yeah. Despite everything that's going on, right, both teams' junglers are really focused on what objectives they think is going to be best for their team right now. And I think for the Oakland side, Ben Sap recognizes that we have to maintain dragon control because just getting to that soul point is crucial for us to be able to stay in here and hit more power spikes here.
Exactly.
And with the GMU jungler really getting 6 grubs and now Rift Herald, they know that the moment there is a topside win, like some side lane gets a victory here, that is going to be drop the Herald, get all 6 grubs with you, and you are going to march down that side lane and just take 2 towers for sure.
Belveth has free reign right now over jungle camps right now. She's basically walking in uncontested. Not really much the OU side can do to stop her from taking these objectives. She drops Rift Herald here on the top
Rift
side.
Herald here.
And we see Orianna and Nautilus moving towards top. It looks like they're going to go for a dive onto Wizek, and he's surely going to be dead after this.
Yeah.
Ults out. And
Yep, and that is a legendary Belveth right now.
9-0. 3-0 Orianna. Getting some chip damage onto the Khan. As we see Red side trying to shift over. Big engage from Shaggy. We'll see if he's able to get out of this one. Vi thinks about going in, but stops themselves.
Yeah, that was charging up that like Q, right? That's just kind of like, all right, that's here as like an insurance policy. Just in case they decide to scrap, I can be there.
Exactly. I can go in if I want, but you know, most likely I'm not going to go in on the 9-0 Belveth.
Yeah. Cloud Dragon here going to be spawning very soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if OU decides to give this up for the sake of farming and getting ahead.
Yeah.
One Cloud Drake is not going to be a big difference maker in the grand scheme of things.
Definitely not. And you can see with Hensab rotating down to this bot lane, right? This is just all about, all right, we got to just keep creating points of just alleviating pressure around the map. Because like you said earlier, that Belveth, she can just walk anywhere on this map, and she owns it.
Exactly. As long as she has help from like a Nautilus or an Orianna, a Kali, you know, she can basically walk into top or bot side jungle uncontested. Is not a great sign. The saving grace for OU is that they do have mid turret down, so they can at least pressure anything through mid lane, as this Belveth will likely have an uncontested tower. We see Nautilus going in, potentially looking to dive the Wukong here, but likely going to be no dice.
No.
Just going to rotate out back to Cloud Drake, as we see Vi going in for the top side jungle of the Belveth.
Yeah, and this Belveth is just an absolute monstrosity right now. 2 complete items. Got that Blade of the Rune King and the, I believe that's Guard Breaker.
Oh, Stride Breaker.
Stride Breaker.
Yes.
So 2 full items on the side of this Belveth. What are how do you stop
for
her?
the dive on the Wukong here. Wizek is a bit pushed up too far. Will he get out of this? Big knockup. No, he can't get out of this.
Yeah. Still legendary. 10 kills on the board for this GMU Belveth. 700 gold bounty. That is a 1K. That's just a 1K influx if they can manage to get this kill.
See the ult come out into the Akali. Oh, Zig's ult. Fortunately doesn't hit. Looks like they'll probably be able to kill this Akali.
Oh,
it's only
so
a matter
close.
of time.
Oh, gets the bully you from downtown.
Was that
Gets
an ult
it
from
was
the
a
Jinx?
super mega death rocket that came in clutch to kill that Akali, who was on the verge of getting away right
That was
there.
a great shot from Bully U.
Yeah,
Able
good
to
prediction,
predict the Akali
reading
movements.
right where the Akali was going to go. And this bot lane is now, for the GMU side, is just pushing up. That's going to be so much damage on that tier 2 tower.
Yeah. See a big
Jinx
fight
coming
coming
in,
on
though.
here. Zek going in, Shaggy with the flash W.
Gets the charm, tries to get the...
Arm onto one,
Flame
big fight
Chomper.
coming out from OU.
Ooh, big Vi in the backline stops the Jin. Oh, gets the kill. That is
It's
a
amazing
okay.
for OU right now. As they
2
get
for
2
a
kills.
0. And that Belveth being trapped up in mid lane, huge for Oakland. Because Belveth was not there, that just means that it was going to be a easy kill, easy cleanup there in that bot lane.
Yep, once they saw the Belveth on map and they knew where she was, they knew that they had free reign to engage on the bot side push. So that's why they went in so aggressively with the flashes and the ults. Really good heads-up play from the OU side.
Just like that, you know this Belveth can come back with a vengeance. You kill her team, she's going to just start taking everything on this map so she can just become a threat in the next team fight.
Yep. 10-0 still. Nobody has collected that 7 gold bounty, or 700 gold bounty. And you see pings from the Akali on the bounty. They know that they need to protect this Belveth at all costs, because they know the second she dies, it's going to be a snowballing effect for the OU side, who's just picked up 2 kills for themselves. Baron's going to come up. It looks like both sides are posturing, trying to get vision. Looks like the Akali's going to possibly rotate out to this Baron. Belveth gonna try to initiate onto the Rakan. Rakan gets rooted by the Jin. Gets himself out of there. Hooked by the Nautilus. Onto Bully U. Bensap's gonna sacrifice himself to get the Jinx out of there, but with that,
Yeah.
it looks like the GMU side is gonna have a free look at this Baron, potentially, if they want it, but it looks like the Belveth wants more kills as they go in. Big hook from the Nautilus. Ult from the Nautilus, I believe, hits up 2 people.
Oh, this might be huge. They might be able to get the kill on this Belveth. Nope, never mind. She's got the resets on lock.
Too much health.
Too much health. She had the resets, so she was just jumping around. But like you said, this is looking like a free Baron there on the side of the GMU Patriots.
Yep.
They are marching right up to that Baron. You can't see it right now because we're focusing on this possible top lane down in the bot lane fight. But here we go, back to Baron.
Yep, and they have a pretty fast Baron right here with 3. Oh, big ult from Jinx. Gonna get the kill on the Nautilus. Oh, you might be able to contest this. We see the Jin coming over. The only person
There's a
looking right now
chance.
is Vi.
Oh,
Just a
so
bit too
close.
slow.
But look at how much health she got just for getting the reset right there on just that. God, that just piece of like void that she gets to just jump on with her passive, I believe.
Yeah, it's looking... We're in bad shape right now on the OU side. With Baron buff now, they're going to be able to push all lanes. Get a lot of towers. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big in-hit push here from the GMU side.
Yeah.
Just forcing it with the Bel'Veth. That's 13-0 right now.
Yeah. The next Cloud Drake up in just under 20 seconds here. And you have the Bel'Veth sitting on this bot side as well. Oh, gets the kill again.
Looks like Eric there got a bit too greedy. Looks like they wanted to possibly take the bot tier 1, but Bel'Veth is just too strong right now.
Yeah.
It's impossible to contest her, even with 2 people on the map. 2v1, she's still going to do a lot of damage to you.
Yeah, you just basically need to 5v1 this monstrosity. She truly is just the kaiju right now.
Yeah. She's going to need to bring like everybody in order to be able to have a chance of taking her down. And it's going to be very unlikely that she's going to find herself in a solo lane.
Yeah, it's going to be a free second Cloud Dragon for GMU here. Cloud Drake is also just one of the better Drakes too because of just that ability haste that happens up. So you just get faster.
Might go down. We see the Jinx. Yup.
Huge for Boliu.
Yep. It's a big reset on that kill. He's able to farm up a bit. The saving grace about this right now, as much as GMU is about to take this tier 2 and then push further, our Jinx is farming and getting kills very well. So if we see one team fight, you know, where the Bel'Veth may overstep or maybe gets caught out, I mean, we're going to see the OU side really come back into this. It's just about getting that Bel'Veth bounty, about that Orianna bounty.
Yeah.
Just, you know, getting those 1 kills to flip the page on this game. It's still winnable. I mean, 2-2 on Dragons. You know, OU still has time to come back into this.
Yeah.
Gold deficit's not great.
Nah, 6K, the 6 to almost 7K, it's about a 6K gold deficit here. It's manageable, but it's definitely a mountain to climb.
Exactly.
Eventually. We are seeing, was
Big
that
pick from the Nautilus.
right out of there.
And that's where you see the value of the Wukong pick come in. He's able to get himself out of some very precarious situations, as long as he has the reaction speed.
Yep.
See, a big fight might be happening on this top side. All 5 players in this top jungle looking to fight over this tier 2 top side. Not really much OU can do here to stop them from taking this tower.
Boliu just putting those flame chompers down, saying, Bel'Veth, you cannot approach us from this angle. Find a different way to get in.
We're going to see a fight over this tier 2. I'm not sure if OU is going to be able to defend this. Might just find better luck resetting, which I think is what they're going to do. See ult come out from Ziggs, trying to clear the wave. Bel'Veth looking to engage, but no dice.
No dice at all. Just looking to try and keep this wave pushing. Baron buff is gone. So the threat of this push from the GMU side is just a little lower. The threat level, it's no longer like a
mitigated,
15.
a little
It's
bit.
about like a 9.
Yeah. Tier 2s for all sides of the lanes on OU. Gone. Now we just have base turrets and inhibitors. So this Bel'Veth now has free reign over all of bot and top jungle. Just getting so incredibly fed. Almost a 100 CS lead over Bensap over the Vi. And if that wasn't enough, also a 14 kill, you know, lead over them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. It's very difficult for OU to do anything against this because you know that Nautilus, that Orianna, they're going to be sticking to that Bel'Veth at all points during the game.
Because normally, you know how, like, in a traditional game of League of Legends, right, you're just so used to it being a protect my 80 carry, let them farm. This is all about protect the jungler. The jungler is the president. You cannot let them see below 20% health.
Yeah. Dragon's going to be up here in about 145. Cloud Soul. Not the most impactful soul, so you'll probably see if OU doesn't get back into this game pretty quick, they'll likely have to give up soul. But it won't be the end of the world.
Also, 1 minute on the Baron. This is going to be one of those moments where it's going to be a pick your poison, right? Do you want are you going to contest this Bel'Veth who's likely just going to go right to Baron? Or do you trade Baron for a dragon? And I think you're going to have to see a fight here coming up at Baron.
Yeah, I don't think OU can afford to give this GMU side another free Baron. Last time with the Baron buff, GMU was able to take all outer turrets. But with this next Baron buff, they'd probably likely push into base, try and force fights. And with a 14-0 Belveth, forcing a fight is going to be your best friend. And I don't think OU can really stop that from happening.
Yeah.
They're going to have to fight over this Baron.
And GMU is doing such a good job of just clearing out any and all vision that OU is putting down in their own jungle. It is,
yeah.
You can't even really call this. This is not even Oakland's red side jungle anymore.
Yeah.
This is just a expansion of territory that GMU has.
We see Zig's Akali going to be missing from this top side. Zig's going to have to clear out this Akali push, but Akali does have TP advantage. So it looks like this is going to be an uncontested Baron for the GMU side. Jinx Ult gets blocked by the Nautilus.
Yep, that was right there just being
We're
put out to see.
OU might try to engage on this. Akali TP coming out. They're trying to take this slow. They want to bait OU in. The Vi comes over.
Oh,
Luchin gets the
almost
Baron.
try to get the steal, but just like that, GMU takes it. Baron is down, and they just march all the way down to Dragon side. They're going to get this mid lane pushing a little bit, and they're going to go right to Baron, or they're going right to Dragon.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Bensab had to do that. It was the only play that they could go for was for the steal. So it was a valiant attempt by him. GMU going to get this Dragon for free as well. So now they'll be on Soul Point, and they'll likely try to push these lanes. We'll see assist pings on both the bot and mid lane. We don't really see any resets coming out from the GMU side. They want to push these lanes immediately. See them posturing for mid. And this is where it gets dicey for OU. Belveth wants to force out a fight. OU is not favored in any of these fights. They're going to have to give up this bot tower as the Akali pushes top. They're getting sieged on all three lanes here. It's very difficult for OU to defend this. And it's looking like they're just getting slowly bled out. There's not much OU can do to stop the GMU side from pushing in. They're just way too far ahead. As you see both the bot and mid inhibitors going down.
Yeah, this is just looking so rough for Oakland here. As honestly, at this point, right?
Oh, big engage from Wukong.
Ooh.
Oh, but, yep.
Unstoppable. Oh my gosh. And that Belveth, it's like she didn't even lose health.
Yeah, I mean, you know, OU at some point has to engage. You know, it's sort of like just a pick your poison. When do you want to try and fight this? They put up a valiant fight, but yeah, they're just, GMU's too far ahead in this game. See the Belveth going in, trying to go for some greedy plays. Maybe it'll finally go down, but it doesn't look like it.
And that is now we have a 6-0-4 Orianna. Well, it's just both of the insane hyper carries that are on the GMU side are just so big.
Yeah.
And just like that, the first game goes to GMU. And, ooh, a rough time. Definitely a rough time.
It all started from that, you know, level 1 fight that we had, which wasn't too bad from the OU side.
Yeah.
We definitely came out the lesser of that engage, but we just allowed the Belveth to, you know, get out of hand, and I think that's really what caused a lot of our woes.
It was looking like a max AP Nunu snowball.
Yeah.
It was not going to be... It was not really a good one. But you know what, guys? We're going to take it... I think both teams are going to reflect on that game 1, and we'll come back stronger for game number 2. It's going to be about probably like a few minute intermission here between games. So guys, thanks for watching game 1. We'll be back with game 2 of GMU versus Oakland here in a few minutes. Stick to it, and we'll be back soon.
power through the tournament with the high-quality protein Milk provides to stay energized and focused throughout the game.
Oakland University Credit Union is here to help you power up your financial game. Whether you're aiming to upgrade your gear or conquer your savings goals, OUCU has the tools you need. With awesome savings accounts, cashback reward credit cards, and an easy-to-use app, we're here to help you win both on and off the screen. Not a member? Not a problem. Visit us on campus or online at oucreditunion.org. Oakland University Credit Union, because leveling up shouldn't stop your gaming. Proud sponsor of Oakland University Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.
And welcome back to the stream. We are, after a small break, we're getting ready and getting into the draft for game number 2 of Oakland University versus GMU. Like we said, going into game number 1, GMU is going to be one of those opponents that is pretty good at this game, and we are expecting it's going to be just a very tough matchup the entire time.
Yeah.
And game 1, it proved us right.
Exactly. I mean, we knew it was going to be, a banger. Game 1 certainly lived up to those expectations, but we're going to have to see if OU can pull back after that loss. If you weren't here for that, Belveth absolutely took over the Rift.
Yeah.
I believe they ended 15-0, something like that.
Yeah, something
insane like that.
It was a perfect game. It was pretty much a perfect game.
Pretty much a perfect game. I mean, they had full reign over the Rift. There's nothing much that, we could do to come back from it, even though, we tried our darndest. So, best thing for OU to do is just, keep their heads down, lock in for the next game, forget game 1 happened.
Yeah.
Just focus on this draft for game 2 as we see OU begin their draft swiftly with a Belveth ban.
Banning the Belveth.
And, between talking with, the team in between the break and game 1, they did mention that this enemy jungler on the GMU side is, Belveth 1 trick. So, with that Belveth ban coming through, with that Belveth ban coming through, we'll see how well the jungler is able to play now.
Yeah.
Outside of their main champion, Ziggs pick coming in through OU. Looks like I agree with the Ziggs pick. I think it did a lot of good during that game.
Yeah. Interesting, though, that GMU ended up banning the Orianna. It maybe just be a blue side pick that they don't want to deal with the Orianna. But Ziggs coming through for Hensap again, and Set locked in up in the top lane for Wazek.
Yes, Ash Sejwani coming in with a lot of guaranteed, or not guaranteed, but lockdown CC. Ash ult, arrows flying across the map can do a lot of damage. Do you like this Lilia pick coming in from OU?
I do like the Lilia pick too as well. It's going to be a nice extra bit of source of magic damage, and I think Lilia's mobility across the Rift really does allow for good plays, and sometimes you just got to watch out. That seedling, when it comes down river and you don't expect it, sleepy time.
Exactly, yeah. They land one of those, and it's sleepy time. It's over for you. As you see, Camille Set's going to be the top lane matchup here.
It's going to be another scrap up there.
Exactly. And this Ashe might be flexed into support, likely going to be ADC. And we see some ADC bans coming out from the GMU side. Kaisa ban, obviously targeting Bully U. We'll see who else they ban.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Right? Unless they really just fear the Kaisa. Because Kaisa, what? She's one of those champs that when she has a little bit of agency, that champ, she can just fly.
Yeah, we might see a Jinx ban coming out.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy to see if they fully commit on just banning out FGH here and just forcing him into that tertiary pick that he might be playing. But we'll have to see.
LeBlanc ban here from OU, looking to likely zone out this mid laner.
Rakan ban. I kind of respect it, right? The Rakan, as much as GMU really did do a good job of kind of rolling over a lot of the Oakland team, that Rakan was really doing a good job of kind of keeping Oakland in it and really mitigating a lot of the damage that a lot of those team fights were bringing. Now, I'm intrigued to see why they would ban the Sylas. Maybe they do think this is a Ziggs flex down into the bot lane, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Likely assuming that the mid laner from the other side of the field is somewhat of a Sylas LeBlanc player. They just want to take out all the possible options for them. Syndra coming in for the GMU side. Syndra's always a character that I like to see on the Rift, even though the control mage sort of playstyle is a bit boring. We'll likely see it be Ziggs Syndra. Xayah pick coming out for OU, or Zeri.
Zeri? Okay. Zeri locked in.
Once again, going for these sort of like self-sustaining farming ADCs where they want to not really pick too many fights in the early game and kind of just farm up as much as they can. Lulu coming in potentially for OU here. Zeri with Enchanters is very strong.
I really do like the Zeri Lulu lane, right? Zeri's one of those champions where when she has a support who's full, like, the whole purpose of the support's existence in this game is to just boost her. I think Zeri can really just electrify down that bot lane and become a big threat as the game gets later and later.
See, Rel pick from GMU. I was going to say, if they lock in any lockdown CC sort of champions, then this is going to be a tough time for OU. We don't really have much front line in the way from the OU side. Meanwhile, GMU, they have the Sejuani, they have the Rel. So they're going to be able to tank a lot of the poke that OU throws at them.
Yeah.
From this Ziggs, Zeri, Lulu combo. This Lilia might have a hard time engaging on a lot of the GMU side with the Camille, with the Syndra. It's going to be a tough time, and I'm interested to see how this game is going to play out.
Yeah.
Based on the draft.
So we look at the bot lane matchups of Ashe versus Rel. That's going to be pretty CC heavy on the GMU side. So it's going to be pretty expected that you might see Ben Sap respond down in bot lane a lot to try and alleviate some of the pressure that comes from the Rel stuns, the Ashe slows, the Ashe stun eventually at level 6. But, you know, Lulu being in there as the support, it's going to be able to just keep that Zeri alive and, you know, polymorph some of these engages that come out of the Rel. And then you look up in top lane, it's going to be, I think these two, between the Set and the Camille, they're just going to live on their own island up in the top lane, and they are really just going to brawl it out until it becomes time to get one of the two ahead with a quick little invade, and then you see them start teleporting around the map, make a big global impact.
Exactly. I believe we're going to cut to a break while we get to the match. Is that correct?
Yeah, we'll cut to a quick break real quick. We got a few minutes while the draft happens. We've done enough analysis here of the current, looking at this draft here. So, guys, we'll be right back as we get prepared for game number 2.
power through the tournament with the high-quality protein milk provides to stay energized and focused throughout the game.
Oakland University Credit Union is here to help you power up your financial game. Whether you're aiming to upgrade your gear or conquer your savings goals, OUCU has the tools you need. With awesome savings accounts, cashback reward credit cards, and an easy-to-use app, we're here to help you win both on and off the screen. Not a member? Not a problem. Visit us on campus or online at oucreditunion.org. Oakland University Credit Union, because leveling up shouldn't stop your gaming. Proud sponsor of Oakland University Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.
And we are back, and we are getting ready to load onto the Rift here for game number 2 of Oakland versus George Mason. George Mason currently leads the series at 1-0. It's time for Oakland to see if we can bounce back and put ourselves on the board here as we get ready.
Yep, and it looks like the draft from the OU side is looking a little bit better compared to last series, the Belveth ban. Crucial for the OU side. We'll see if any one tricks or any specializations come out from this GMU side that we don't know about as we get into this match.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Now as we wait for production to send us over to the match, as we did, like you said, that draft was looking real good. And I think here, now that we're on that blue side here, I think we're going to be a little bit, could be a little bit better this time.
Looks like safe starts from both sides, just watching their respective jungles. Camille looking to ward blue buff, I believe. Or maybe just look out for a potential start from Lily on the top side.
Yeah.
Not going to get spotted out, though.
Nope. And Ben Sap. Oh. Just move it. Okay. I actually... Yeah, I think starting Raptors is probably what Lilia wants to do.
Yep. Safe starts from both sides. Red ward going on to the blue buff, so they'll be able to spot the Lilia once she gets up there, if she decides to go up there. Either or, they'll know the information.
Hensap once again. Starting off the game, just trying to like throw Qs and just really bully this opposing mid laner as much as he can.
This is a good trade for Set. He loves trades like this on level 1. Looks like it's going to go even for both. As you were saying, yep, Hensap, I talked to him between games. He's playing really confident, even though the game 1 didn't go quite well for the OU side. He feels personally confident in his abilities today. Did you see him land another one of his abilities? So, yeah, he's going to be looking real good in this mid lane, hopefully.
And I do like that we're seeing Wizek here on that set. It's just another one of his really strong comfort picks. So I think we're going to be seeing some good stuff here on that top lane. I'm not too sure how this top laner for the GMU side, we saw the Camille get banned for them on game number 1, so maybe this is one of their comfort picks as well. But, you know, Camille is just historically just one of those really good champions.
You see Set early Ignite here.
They
Both sides flash at the same
away.
time. First blood for Camille.
Oh,
Doesn't look like the minions will finish her off. Really unlucky engage there. I mean, it's
so
literally
close.
so even. Even last game with the Akali and the Wukong, we saw both sides get into more than 2, at least 2 fights.
Yeah.
Where both of them end up being on 1 health, and it's just basically a 50-50 to see who can auto-attack the other first. Unfortunate that OU gets the lesser half of that trade. You see farming from both sides. It says Sejuani looking to come down bot potentially, farming her blue buff right now.
Yep.
Both junglers just looking for safe. Full clears. Not really looking for any ganks. Ilya going for top scuttle. Sejuani going for bot. Very safe on both sides. You see Hensap very low on mana. He's going to have to look for a reset here, but his wave does not look good.
And as both these junglers clear up their camps here, we're going to see probably their first bit of impact by one of these junglers on one of these side lanes. You see Sejuani hovering down to that bot side, but looking to back. And Bensap up there on the top side also looking to go back. So we definitely are seeing both these junglers opting to not go for early engage. Instead, they want to go back, use that gold from all their clears, and then they want to come back and start making an impact.
A lot safer game compared to the last one. We only see 1 kill on the Rift so far compared to the, I believe, 5 kills that we saw at this stage in the game.
Before laning phase started, we were at a 2-2 score line.
Yeah.
Before laning phase started.
Lulu Zeri combo doing a lot of work onto this Rel, just chunking her down to half.
Yeah, really just chipped down that Rel to such, like, honestly, like, to borderline, this is some, this Rel is going to have to consider backing here. Even though she's got 2 pots, so she'll probably just sit in lane, burn both of those health pots, and just try and come back. But we see the Rel choosing to go back, buying a control ward and boots, and we have a pause. Ooh.
Interesting. Some sort of technical pause, I assume, on possibly the GMU side. I've never dealt with a technical pause in League of Legends, so...
Yeah, no, and, you know, we don't have it's not like Riot, right? We don't have the wizards that are on stage who can tell us what the issues are, whether it's a monitor or something like that. Not seeing what it could be, but pause is looking like it's over, and we are back in action.
We see a triple reset right before the break on the sides, on the side of GMU. All lanes resetting. With Dragon up, we'll see if this Sejuani might try to play forward or if she wants to reset.
Oh.
See a freeze here.
Now we got a on our end.
Mid Camille E. Kind of funny. Looks like everything's alright. Set free farming. Bit of a slow push here from the top side. Zek just looking to crash this wave, maybe look for a reset.
Yeah, you can tell that once Wizek knew he was down that 300 gold after losing first blood, or I guess 400. He's just choosing to, you know, play safe, farm it up, and just get to that level 6 power spike, right?
And these trades bot lane on the side of GMU are not going as they expect. Every time that Rel walks up, tries to Q somebody or just do anything, they're just getting poked out completely. It's very hard for them to do anything right now, but it looks like they're going to rotate over to Dragon, get this first Dragon here for the GMU side. Hex Tech Drake going over to the Sejuani.
This bot lane is so even right now. Both of the 80 carries came back in the jungle with Merc Treads, or not Merc Treads, Berserker Greaves. So they are just going right into they want that attack speed and they want the extra movement speed. So they're really just looking for early scrapping.
See, all lanes right now, very, very even in CS. Only difference being top lane up 1 kill for GMU for that Camille. Camille very dangerous when she gets ahead. She can just absolutely destroy somebody. We see a fight over red buff going over to Bensap. Good timing on his smite there.
Gets the steal on that red buff. Huge.
Yep. Bensap just going to walk it out. Throw out his bubble. Fight over the control ward and try on the bot side. Nothing much happening on the Rift.
Yeah, compared, like, you think about it, right? Last game, it was, honestly, it was kind of a bloodbath. There was a lot of kills. A lot of action.
Yeah.
But this time, it's like you said, we are really focusing on it. And just like that, a instant 0-2 gone in that mid lane.
Yep, it was the Q ult from the Sejuani just coming out of that bush. Hensap had no vision on it, and he just got completely surprised, bamboozled. And they were able to kill him quite quickly. So good job from GMU over there. Good heads-up play.
Yep. And
noticing that they didn't have vision over there.
And
in
that
bush.
first kill going on to Syndra too. Honestly, and now she's going back. She's got a lost chapter, but you know, with an extra 300 gold, right? That's a pretty good movement towards most likely that what is it? The Storm
flash
Surge?
engage from the Rel. There goes ultimate. We're gonna see if they can whittle their way out of this one. Bully going for the kill, not able to get it, but Lulu's gonna finish it off.
Low-key, Lulu might be able to win this.
Yep, and Lilia's coming down.
Oh, and Sejuani is there too.
Support. Not sure if they're going to be able to get this kill. Looks like they just want to push this wave under.
Yeah.
Really great engage from OU, but unfortunately, they weren't able to get the kill onto that ADC, Bully U. Once again, support Shaggy from OU getting the kills.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. In those, that's what this Syndra got the Sork shoes for the getting the magic pen.
Yep. Now all these bubbles, these EWs are really going to hurt.
Yeah.
Set looking to get an engage in. That Camille damage is rough as they avoid the W from the Set.
Getting hunted down by that Camille.
Early ignite from the Set, looking to ult.
Oh,
trying to go in.
Hextech Ultimatum gets the kill in the 1v1 with Zek. It was looking really rough up there. I did not know if they were going to make it out of that brawl, but with Zek.
Yep.
Enters the ultimatum, comes out on the other end ahead.
It was a good attempt by the Camille to buffer the ultimatum against that attack from the Set, but Set's just really strong in 1v1s. Very difficult to beat him straight up, especially when he ignites you. Looks like we're going to see a 4v2 on the bot lane side. Sejuani ultimate onto the Zeri, and it's just going to be a bloodbath for the OU bot lane.
Yep. But, you know, OU should be able to respond here by taking a good amount of this mid tower in response to the 2 deaths down in bot lane, right? Hensap is going to just have free reign on just melting this mid lane tier 1 and trying to work towards getting that first tier 1 turret. Slowly but surely, it's getting into that W range. Just gotta get through this one more turret plate, get some extra gold. Ooh,
yeah,
so close.
Even though he does get the 2 plates mid, it's still not a fair trade. As you see Set looking for another engage. It's interesting, he Qs and then does the W. I'm not a Set main, so maybe that is the way that you trade into Camille. Yep. He's done that quite a few times. See Zig's ult coming out. Zig's going to get killed in the mid lane.
Ooh, and that is now 2 kills.
Might have overstayed his welcome getting those plates.
You know, bot lane getting some turret plates now that the Rel was shown mid. Because now you know that Ashe is walking back to lane, and that now that Rel has done her duty in mid lane, she's making her way back down to respond.
We see Bully, who might get caught out here, trying to E over the wall, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. Goes ultimate.
Oh.
And he's not able to do anything with it. I believe he wanted to try and E over that wall.
Definitely did.
But was not able to do so, as Shaggy is also going to die for his efforts.
Rough stuff there in that bot lane.
It's not looking good on the OU
Ashe
side.
now.
Yeah.
204 for the Rel. Bot lane definitely falling behind very fast here.
You see all lanes falling behind very quickly outside of top lane, which is a bit even. But, I mean, this mid bot support on the GMU side is completely running away with it. The Sejuani ganks have really proved to be deadly for them, and this gold lead is starting to look very dangerous.
And we haven't really seen a whole lot of ganks coming out from Bensap, right? We're seeing a lot of this impact coming in from Sejuani for kind of like just making sure that her lanes stay ahead and are getting these kills, right? To get that gold, just to get like a nice gold injection on those lanes. But Bensap really has been coming in more as like cleanup crew in a way, right? Always coming in after Sejuani's already shown herself down in up like in a lane. So you gotta start seeing maybe Bensap make a little bit more of an impact here on the map.
Red side having complete control over this dragon as well. Was that going in for a trade? Camille gonna E out of there quite cleanly. And as you were mentioning with the Sejuani, Sejuani, of course, is one of those junglers, you know, low economy. They want to gank lanes. They want to support the team over, you know, farming their own camps. So that is most likely why we're seeing so much impact from the Sejuani compared to the Lilia. But you are right. We need to see Benzap start to come into this game more, maybe look for some engages. As we see Hensap going to be engaged upon. Ooh, that Ashe ultimate landing on the Hensap in mid. Going to completely take him out. I thought he was going to be able to avoid it.
Yeah, you know, that hitbox was a little suspect right there. Wow, I cannot believe that reached.
Ultimate hitboxes will forever be suspect. I mean, it looks like it's not going to hit you, and then it just hits you from nowhere. I mean, it's just unfortunate. Bensap going to collect this wave mid, prevent Syndra from taking any plates. We see Sejuani pathing top. They might look for a play on Wizek if he decides to stay. Camille looking to fight this. Zed unfortunately misses two abilities. He's not going to get out of this one cleanly. He early ignites. Hextech ultimatum comes out.
Oh.
Tries to ultimate in it, but unfortunately just cannot win that trade. Possibly if he landed his Q ability or wherever the arms that come together.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one it is, but if he lands that, he might have been able to trade his way out of that, but that Sejuani would have cleaned up easily. A 2-to-10 kill ratio.
Yeah, it's
OU compared to GMU. It's not looking good. Sejuani coming mid again. Hensap flash to avoid the Sejuani ult. But we see the Sejuani ult Q.
sleepy time from
Sleepy
Bensap.
time for the Lilia. We'll see if she's able to trade this one out. She does a lot of damage. She's been farming all game. She might pick up a double kill here with the help of Shaggy.
And two kills. And that full bot lane rotation here. Big. And you're probably going to see this OU push to take this mid tower now.
When we finally see the Lilia get some impact on the map, she's basically been free farming all game. And now with that double kill, she's going to be able to pose much more of a threat on these objectives as we see Shaggy, or as we see the Lulu and the Lilia look for this Rift Herald. Zeri coming topside to help as well.
Yeah, it's going to try and get this Rift Herald down a lot faster so they can start taking it to a lane like top lane, right? Like that mid lane.
Yep.
Some lane that is in desperate need of just a little bit of help. And there it is, top tower taken by Wizek. Finally.
Top tower bounty as well. So they get the Rift Herald bounty, they get the top tower bounty. So OU is starting to catch up on this gold deficit here. They're only about 2K behind, but they're down a lot of kills.
Yeah.
And they need to collect this bounty on Ashe if they also want to just reduce this further.
Yeah, that is crazy, right? You see the scoreline of 4-11, you're like, oh wow, that is a massive gap between the teams. But then you look at that gold differential. 2,000 gold separates the two.
Ooh, big
this
Ashe
is
ultimate.
Still pretty close.
Onto
but
the non-Hensap.
Like you said, that Ash gotta get out of there. Oh my gosh, Hensap.
Sap is able to dodge the W, but he's just going to get auto-attacked to death here. Not much he can do. And that Ash ultimate once again landing onto the Ziggs. Very unfortunate. But very good aim from the Ash. You see the Camille go in, looking for a kill onto Zek. Zek's going to get away from that easily.
And man, this Camille starting to get to that point, right, where she is really starting to become a very big bully up in this top lane.
Miss from the Sejuani ult. Zeri goes ultimate. She's going to fight her way out of this. Sejuani taking 3-4 shots from the turret?
Oh, a lot.
A lot of shots.
Making Sejuani look a little squishy.
Exactly. Lulu coming to rescue the Zeri from this potential Rel engage. As they're just going to go back to farming. No harm, no foul. Dragon up in 50 seconds. So the side of GMU is going to look to reset, potentially set up wards.
This is starting to get to that point where it's going to be a very big dragon for Oakland to try and get. Two dragons already on the side for GMU. And with it being a, it's what, Infernal Soul right now? I just don't want to see a character like Ash or Camille getting all those extra procs from just any more Infernal Dragons.
Too much damage with that Infernal Soul. So OU is going to look to deny them from getting on Soul Point with this. As we see them starting to shift down to the bot side of the map. Camille resetting. Ash on her way out to mid lane. See, the OU side is more prepared for this right now than GMU is. Camille TP is down. If OU wants to fight, they should do it now before the Camille gets here. See the set waiting right outside, but they do have vision on the set. They know exactly where OU is. Ash ultimate goes on to the Lilia. Sejuani coming in to stun. See a big fight from all sides. Zeri on the back line engaging on the Ash. Zed going into the front line as well. Zeri gets popped by the Camille. Ash ult, or Ash flashes out, and OU completely wiped off the face of the earth. Set is the only one getting away from that. And we see it was a bit disjointed from OU's side. We see the set go onto the back line, Zeri go onto the Ash, and they just did not have the damage on either side of the fights to be able to knock out either one of them.
Yeah, that was a rough fight. And you could tell that the moment that the Sejuani had kind of like run in there to try and follow up on the Ash ult, you could tell that Wizek was really trying to grab that Sejuani and ult her towards her team to really do massive damage, but just barely whiffed on it. Oh my gosh.
2-2 from Camille. Disgusting damage. That's true damage coming out right there. Camille might... No, she's going to live from this. She buffers the E with the Drowsy well. Bensap looking to chase this. He wants more. He knows that they're weak right now. And with this constant damage that he's getting from his passive, he can look to trade this out with the help of Shaggy. We see no help from the red side. If they can keep this going, then they might be able to trade back from it.
Oh, and that's going to be a
here.
dead Hensap.
She's going to look to just completely destroy Hensap. Absolutely burst it down. But it looks like they might get the Sejuani. They're all so low. Okay, thank goodness. The Sejuani dies. Ash ultimate gets avoided by Bensap. Zeri ends up going down as well. Camille still not dead from this engage as the Ash looking to kill Lulu or the Lilia. And now she's going to look to kill the Lulu. Absolute pandemonium.
Yeah.
Just a fiesta on the side of OU.
Definitely. And that the Ash, she's just going for this crazy attack speed build with going with the second item that she shows, the name's escaping me, but that item is just pure attack speed.
Oh, Terminus plus Static Shiv.
Yeah.
Tons of attack speed there and damage as well. Zigzalt coming out to block or to kill that wave before it gets any more deadly. And we did see an engage earlier with Zek onto the Syndra. Almost gets her killed, but Syndra ends up flashing out. So nothing comes of that. We do see Baron up. I'm assuming red side is going to want to take this Baron. Basically at their leisure. They want to try and engage on this set potentially. As you see Rel coming up, it looks like they just want to reset. And you can see here vision on the map heavily favored by the red side, by GMU. They have deep wards into the jungle, so they'll know exactly when OU's approaching. OU looking to play this rift through mid, trying to get some turret plates, trying to get some gold. They need to catch up. Israel just chasing down the Zeri. The Camille E goes through. Zeri goes ultimate. Lulu ultimate onto the Zeri, but it does nothing. OU bot lane completely wiped off from the mid lane as GMU moves towards the Baron. Basically, free reign, free Baron. They got nothing to worry about right now.
Yeah. And honestly, this is potentially looking like just another one of those things where it looked like GMU just had us in the draft phase, right? That with two champions like Sejuani and like the Rel, you just have to find something, right, that is going to be able to just get through that. And the only thing that really kind of like gets one of those two out of the way for Oakland is Wizek ult, right? Getting that set ult where he just kind of takes the one of those two very tanky monstrosities and just, pile drives them down onto the enemy's team. But it's just not been happening, and they just march down this top lane with just Baron buff minions and just onslaught this OU base, which is now finally broken into.
Yep, you see a 6-1-10 scoreline for the Ashe, 7-1-3 on the Camille. Syndra's properly fed as well. I mean, everybody from GMU is just hoarding gold. They got items, they got damage. They can basically do anything they want on the map, free reign. Even in a 5v5 fight like we saw on that last dragon fight, I mean, OU was not able to do anything against them. And now that they're even more fed with resets, with Baron buff, Dragon coming up in 1 minute, I mean, I don't really see a realistic way that OU is going to be able to contest this Dragon outside of a steal.
Yeah, it's not looking good. And it's soul point too, right? And now just looking at the items as these champs on the GMU side come back to lane. Ashe, 3 items built, i.e. Terminus and Static Shiv and Berserker Grease. So she's technically at 4 full items.
Oh, Camille might chase down this
this
Ziggs. Hextech ultimatum to buffer the Ziggs ult. Completely destroys him. And now it looks like they might kill this Rel. A lot of damage onto it. Sejuani going in with the ult. Finds the set, but they're not able to continue onto it. Zeri doing a lot of damage to this line.
Big
set flash ult into it.
That is the ult you want to see.
Big engage. Big W.
Oh my gosh, that is the team fight that we needed.
All odds, they pull out a winning fight. But this Camille is split pushing top. She's going to take this inhibitor.
Yeah.
OU needs to kill this dragon and quickly. Set's going to reset. Block this Camille from taking any more than just in-hit. But that was an amazing fight on the OU side. The flash ult from the set. The
just
Zeri
what you needed, right?
It's amazing damage, yeah.
That is what we talked about, right? Quite literally in the last team fight, it's how do we get access, or how do we get these bulky front lines off of us? It is a set ult that just says, all right, you're coming with me, we're going back to your back line. Yep. And that is just what happened with Zach with the clutches ult, gets a huge shutdown too. He got like over almost 1,200 gold just for getting that kill there on the.
Yep, we saw 1150 pop up for him. He's going to have a big buyback at base. You see 2 of the, I believe, tunneler items. He's got stairs, he's got stride breaker. I mean, he is a beefy player. And if he can have more engages like that, especially when his flash is back up, then I think that's going to be the way OU fights back into this. As Zeri gets ulted, she's going to have to cleanse it. Goes ultimate. Lulu goes ultimate. They're going to try and fight this one out. But unfortunately, they just don't have the damage.
Honestly, this Ashe's ult have been just so clutch.
The Ashe arrows, the enchanted crystal arrows that have been coming out have just been insane. They've found Ziggs at least twice. They've now found the Zeri. I mean, we're looking at a really great showing from this GMU bot lane.
Yeah. 6-2-12, man. That is a scoreline you love to see.
Yep.
It's playing the utility role and the carry role.
They want to take this tier 2 mid. They just don't have the minion wave for it. They're going to have to wait it out. And that's the value that you get from this Ziggs pick, is he's just able to clear these waves out of screen, out of mind. Doesn't have to risk anything to do it.
Yeah.
So they're able to defend these turrets quite well, unfortunately. Not sure if they're going to be able to protect themselves against this push mid with the turret being so low. Looks like they do end up defending tier 2, and they don't want to stay to try and box it out yet.
Yep.
We see that GMU, we see it ultimate on from the Zeri. They're going to try and find this Camille and catch it. Camille flashes in. Was that a misclick? I'm not sure.
That's a big shutdown, and it's going back onto Wizek. Wizek is just he's taking the Herculean task. He's got the world on his back and says, I will carry us into potentially Game 3 here.
If anybody is going to carry this game, it's going to be on the back of Wizek. He's the most fed on the OU side, and he's the only way that they're going to engage onto this back line. Zig ult to clear the wave. See some good chip damage coming on from OU.
Yeah. Oh, that big bowling ball.
Objectives coming up. We have Baron up in 1 minute, Dragon up in 2. We're likely going to see both teams posture for this Baron. OU definitely going to feel like they can fight this one out if they can get some good engage from Wizek. Although his flash is still down, so we will not see that sort of flashy play that we saw in the Dragon Pit before. And I keep going back to this Zeri Lulu pick because, you know, we were saying in the draft, we were saying in, you know, the level 1 how just effective they were at poking down this bot lane, but they've really just been completely boxed out. They've been caught out so many times.
Yeah, that Ashe ult, man.
The Ashe ult just catching them out, just the Sejuani coming in. It looks like there was just too much lockdown CC, too much bursty damage from GMU, and this bot lane from OU just not able to really come into this game yet. Both teams posturing. Top side of the map for this Baron coming up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think this Baron fight that is obviously looming here, this is going to be what decides this game, I think.
Yep. If OU can somehow come back into this with a good fight, at least when where they come out even, maybe even with the Baron,
yeah,
then it could be potentially good.
And with Camille split pushing down in bot lane, she has teleport available. So does Hensap. So both these teams are going to have to do a good job of trying to mitigate the vision line because one stray ward that's caught behind enemy lines is going to spell doom, especially on that side of Oakland, right? You do not want a Camille having a teleport into the back line.
Buffer, the Zeri buffers the Sejuani ult. Unfortunately, they'll have to reset and pulls out the Lulu ult. But Zeri actually just going to go back in, set ult onto the Rel. Not exactly the most efficient. OU health bar is looking lower than GMU's.
Pretty low.
So we're going to have to see some resets here. And it looks like GMU's just going to pivot over to this dragon fight. They have the time to do it. Yeah, that set ult onto the Rel. Looks like they were just trying to get them off of the 80 carry. Potentially just look for an engage in. But it's going to be a free dragon for GMU. It's going to be Infernal Soul. Not a good look if you're sitting on the OU side.
And that Infernal Soul is there. This is going to be honestly could just really like be just the end of the game here, right? Yep. Infernal Soul taken. They march they're marching their way up to the Baron. Camille is up in that top lane. She's ready to square up.
Yep, it's death by 1,000 cuts. I mean, no matter what OU does here, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to try and 5v5 this GMU side as they burst down this Baron. I mean, the damage is insane. Ashe ult comes out, doesn't find anybody. Ashe is actually getting pretty low. Zig's ultimate comes in. They want to try and get this Baron and maybe look for a fight or get out. Looks like GMU opts to just get out. And you can see the ping's going to bot side. They want to try and push this bot tower. They want to push mid. Most likely going to go for a triple inhibitor push here.
Yeah.
I don't really see any way that they'd get stopped outside of an absolute blunder. Even though Elder Dragon is up in 5 minutes, I don't think OU is going to survive quite that long with Baron buff and Soul up. We'll see if they'll be able to clear these waves wide enough time for them to possibly get back into this with 5 minutes. But, I mean, we're looking at 4K gold deficit, Infernal Dragon down, an 8-2 Camille on the Rift, 6-2 Ashe, 7-3 Syndra. All of your carries are doing well.
Yeah, you just look at that scoreline, right? The only person currently who is the only people who positive right now, it's just Hensap and Wizek. Yeah, 8-0 and 0-8 Ziggs, 2-7 Zeri, 1-6 in Lulu. It's just it's looking so rough on the side of this Oakland squad here.
And we saw, in Game 1, Bensap had a very rough game in the jungle, just with that Belveth getting so fed. And you saw him come back into this game quite better terms. Right now he has better farm. And we see this engage. Camille has to flash out. It's like an even engage on both sides for the top laners. And she's going to look to E back in. That Q2 does incredible damage. Hextech ultimatum onto the set. They're able to kill him.
Oh, man. Wizek gets all in. Is that going to be a kill? No, but Sejuani gets out just away. That Camille is so weak, but she still lives on. And it is looking like an ace here, unless Hensap just stays alive. Oh, never mind, spoke too soon, and that is the ace, and that is going to be the game. Well, yeah, with Superman.
Kind of scared me there. I saw the GMU side get hit by like 2 tower shots, and I thought 2 of them were going to die, but yeah, there's nothing much OU can do here with the respawn timers. It's going to be a victory for GMU. 2-0. This is a best of 5, right?
No, that's it.
Golly.
That's the series.
Well, it was a good attempt from OU to try and come back into those games. Game 1 was rough with the Belveth. Game 2, that Sejuani just had a lot of impact early, and solo lanes really got fed. Top, mid, bot, they all got equally fed in their own rights. So it's very difficult. For us
really,
to come in.
A lot of kudos to the GMU jungler there, doing honestly the picture perfect definition of what a jungler should do, and that is accelerate the lanes.
Exactly.
But can't win them all. OU falls to 3-1, and now George Mason, who when we went into the season, we knew George Mason was going to be the #1 toughest competition for the team. This is a team who had a very good run in C-Law last spring. So this team, really good, and honestly, I think the OU squad has a lot that they can look back on this game and really learn from.
Yeah, we'll look at the film, we'll look at the tapes, see what went wrong. See how we can draft better, how we can, play on the Rift better. And we'll come back next week.
Yeah.
We have a game next week, right?
We'll be back next week. Don't know against who. I have to go look at that. But we'll be back next Tuesday with League of Legends action. We're not sure yet. Maybe we've had League on stream for the last 2-3 weeks. So maybe we might switch it up to Overwatch next week. Maybe we'll see.
Even Rocket League, we'll see.
We'll see. Well, Rocket League they'll be on back. We'll get Rocket League on Monday. We'll get Rocket League on Monday. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for us. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll be back probably on Thursday with Smash Bros. A as they have their 4th match of their fall season this Thursday. Mm-hmm. So yeah, make sure to hit that follow, subscribe on YouTube, I guess.
Subscribe on Twitch too.
Yeah,
never know.
Sub on Twitch. But yeah, make sure to follow the Twitch channel, follow the Oakland Esports Twitter. That is going to be your best way to get updates from us when we're live and what's going on for our week-to-week basis here in the fall season. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for us here. We're going to be signing off. This has been Coach Ori and Coach Roz. Thanks for watching.
power through the tournament with the high-quality protein Milk provides to stay energized and focused throughout the game.
Oakland University Credit Union is here to help you power up your financial game. Whether you're aiming to upgrade your gear or conquer your savings goals, OUCU has the tools you need. With awesome savings accounts, cashback reward credit cards, and an easy-to-use app, we're here to help you win both on and off the screen. Not a member? Not a problem. Visit us on campus or online at oucreditunion.org. Oakland University Credit Union, because leveling up shouldn't stop your gaming. Proud sponsor of Oakland University Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.